Hi, welcome to Spectral Evidence. Tonight we have a great show lined up. We have actress, performer, spawn of Satan. Who is it?
Amanda.
Amanda Revenge. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
People around here will know you as one of the performers from Nightmare New England.
Yep.
What else have you done that people could see you in?
I've been in a zombie pinup calendar that people may have seen. It was called Zombie Pinup Calendar 2013.
That is original.
I know,
That
right?
has got a catchy title too. I like that.
2013.
Boom.
Boom.
Nailed it.
There it is.
Go ahead.
I was Miss September in that. And then I was in a short called Silent Hill Confined, which is a Silent Hill short film.
Fan film?
Fan film.
Yeah.
And it got so big that the producers of Silent Hill put it on their page, and G4 TV showed it on their show. So I was on G4. I was like, I'm on a video game channel.
Attack
this
of
is
the
cool.
Show?
I think it was on Attack of the Show, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. What are we doing here? Go ahead. Sorry.
What else? And then the
Horror
Pact.
Hound.
Horror Hound. I go to conventions, like Horror Hound, Midwest Haunters Convention.
Bet you were in the magazine.
Yes, I was in the magazine recently too, which I just found out about yesterday. It was awesome. I was like, it's my face. And I also co-run Zombie Attack New Hampshire.
And what's that?
We do a zombie walk at Hampton Beach. Zombie walks at the beach. They all come in floaties, little pool things, noodles. And it's always fun. That happens in August sometime.
Cool. Every year?
Every year. It's gotten bigger. We've done it for 2 years now, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And like we give it awards for like best zombie and everything else.
So let's start at the beginning, though. What got you into it?
What got me into like everything, I blame on one movie series, and one alone, which was Lord of the Rings, because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan.
And I know because that has so many zombies and
Well, they have all the orcs and stuff. Like
not the same.
Yeah,
Now, if
same
you were gonna,
difference.
I thought you were gonna shock me and say like, oh, one movie, like Return of the Living Dead or Night of the Living Dead or something like that. That's my favorite movie, by the way, Return of the Living Dead.
Good movie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is a good one. I thought you were gonna say something like that, but really, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, because of all the orcs and stuff, and like I got into special effects that way, them crawling out through everything, and like all the prosthetics that they used on that movie. Weta Workshops did a really fantastic job on it. And then what got me into acting was I was in theater for the longest time. Like I've been in like The Wizard of Oz. I've been in what else have I been in? Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
What?
You've been in Charlie and Chocolate Factory?
No.
Or is he referring to you as an
He's
Oompa
eating the chocolate
Loompa?
factory.
He was in Harry and the forget it. Who were you in Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz, I played a Winkle, which is one of the witch's slaves. It's like a flying monkey for the original play.
They're called Winkles?
Yeah, it was. I think it was like Winkle and Wonkle. This was years ago, and I ended up winning an acting award for it. And I was that was in Pelham Penguin Players. Mm-hmm. And then I was in the newspaper, and I was like, whoa. And that's kind of what kickstarted like my career into acting and stuff. It was definitely theater.
So when did it take a twisted turn into haunted houses and...
The twisted turn actually happened in 2007 when I went to go apply. Like I was, theater was kind of wrapping up, and like it was like all the younger kids were still in it, and I was getting older. I was like, well, what else is there to do? I was like, what about a haunted house? Because I would never go through one as a customer because I'm terrified of them. And I went to go to apply to Victorian Park, and they told me I was too young. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to wait till the next year. So next year, I went to go reapply, and they told me that they shut down. And then I was like walking around, and I noticed like signs for Nightmare New England, and I was like, oh, that's so scary. I would never go to that. And then I was in the mall, and they were like looking for people to hire, and I was like, wait a minute, I could work there. So then I applied. I got an over-the-phone interview, and first day they ever opened, I was there. And I was so scared when my manager brought me through the house that I had my eyes shut until they got to like my room. So I had no idea what it looked like. I was like, oh, this is scary. So that's kind of where it took a twisted turn. And then ever since then, I was just like, man, I love this stuff.
Now, how did you come up with your clown?
My clown and all my other characters were kind of, in 2008, my clown was actually recently, as of 2010, but in 2008 I started Demonia, which is my little demon zombie girl with pigtails and a red stuffed teddy bear, who shows up at all these events. Like, I've been to like Boston Zombie Walk as her, Nightmare New England. I've guest acted at other haunted houses as her, like in Ohio, the Dent Schoolhouse. She was there, which was cool. They're a phenomenal haunted house. And Scaratorium in Ohio as well. Dream Reapers in Chicago. So I've been to a lot of cool places. So it's always a fun time. But it started out with her, and then she was scaring people, and it got to the point where she became so much of like a crowd hit that people started showing up with like her name on their t-shirts and like my face on their t-shirts. And I was like, what? What? Like I'd be in the middle of a scare, and then I would turn and be like, I'm like just looking around so confused, and then scared the group and like run back in the house, and I was like, did you guys see those shirts?
That's cool, you know?
Yeah. Like it, and like kids were making like fan pages for her and stuff. So it became like kind of like a big hit there. And then like there's like stuff at the zombie walk. I can't go 5 feet without somebody taking a picture. Mm-hmm. And then after her, I went to this place called the Midwest Haunters Convention in Ohio in June, which is a haunted house convention. Because in the haunted house industry, they have a bunch of conventions, just like an anime convention would happen, or like Christmas conventions happen, because it is very much so an entertainment industry. But I went to that, and I was like, gee, I should create a clown character. So I kind of did, and it just grew from there. It just got bigger and bigger.
What about the makeup? How long does it take you to prepare yourself, get ready for?
For makeup, depends on the character I'm doing. Like Demonia has a lot of spirit gum and latex and wax. I use like modeling wax, not modeling wax, but like mortician's wax I use. And that probably takes me 20 minutes sometimes. Mm-hmm. If I'm doing just like a quick face paint, it'll take me 10. And then I put in like special effects contacts to make my eyes different. So I have a lot of cat eyes that I use, like white and yellow cat eyes.
A lot of teeth.
Yep, and then you put in the teeth, and then that's really easy. The preparation for the teeth is kind of hard, because you have to, it's a mold of your teeth, basically. Mm-hmm. And you can buy it or you can make it. I bought mine. And then, like, you have to put thermoplastic on it and, like, push it up against your mouth and make a mold. And, like, if it doesn't come out right. It's just a pain in the butt to redo it and redo it. Like, mine actually broke my teeth, and I had to super glue it back together. Like, I was like, oh, this is great, super gluing.
Now, on your Facebook page, did I see you as like a, what are they called, from The Grinch?
Oh, like a Who person?
Yeah.
Yes,
Was that a Who person?
That was a different form of a Who person, because that was at Dream Reapers in Chicago. A couple years ago, they had a Christmas haunt, and I flew down there to go through, and then I was guest acting. I was like, oh, well, fine by me, I'll guest act. And like, they made me up as like this person, and I was a sewer rat. I was in like their sewer area, and it was all Christmas themed. So like, me and this other girl were dressed exactly kind of the same, saying like all these Christmas lines back and forth and scaring people, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of people went through, and that was actually a fundraiser for them because they had lost a lot of money.
Whoever did the makeup for that did
Yes.
an awesome job.
That was a prosthetic. I don't know who made the prosthetic, but who applied that? Matt Progner applied that, which he's an awesome makeup artist from the Chicago area. The good thing about like my job is I know a lot of people. That's a good and bad thing, I guess, because like I know so many people in so many different areas that it's like, oh, I have like 20 friends out in Chicago right now who all want to hang out, but they're in Chicago. Oh. But you just get to meet so many awesome people and like so many talented and gifted people. And like then you get to learn from them and talk makeup and talk acting and all these other cool things.
Yeah, I noticed all the pictures of you with, you actually met one of my heroes,
Which one?
Captain Spaulding.
Yep. He was awesome. He was so nice.
He's a nice guy. He's a real nice guy.
He was so nice. He was actually sick that day, but
And you also you must have been the same convention, Bill Moseley.
yep, Bill Moseley. I've met Bill Moseley a couple times. Like I met him at Rock and Shock
Yep.
in Massachusetts.
Yep.
And then I met him again in Ohio recently, and he took a picture of me with his phone, like me and him, and it ended up on his Instagram.
Nice.
I was like, I want Bill Moseley. This is backwards, guys. Like, can anyone?
You know, I can't think of, what's the actor's name who plays Captain Spaulding? I can't think of it.
Sid Haig.
Sid Haig. That's it. Sid
Yep.
Haig. Out of all the people you've met famous-wise, actor-wise, you have a personal favorite?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Well, we try to do the hard-hitting
Gotta.
questions on this show, you know?
Who was my favorite? I think it goes, I think Ogre from Skinny Puppy, who is also Pavi from Reaper Genetic Opera, which is, have you guys seen that ever?
Yeah.
It's like a really big musical,
I haven't seen
almost like Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's all like, it's really good, but like I met him and he was so nice. Like I went up to him and I was like, you're awesome. He goes, no, you're awesome. I was so taken aback. Like that was kind of like the first convention I went to was Rock and Shock, and that's where I met him. And I was like, thanks. What? And then like he shared his like cookie with me.
No?
And like,
Because you have a Cookie Monster tattoo.
yeah, this was actually before the Cookie Monster tattoo even. Because like I've just always had this thing with cookies. Like I go to parties and like people will be like, make cookies. Amanda was like, okay. Because apparently I make the best and I eat the most. Which is kind of irony. Cause then,
Who's the first famous person that you met through your line of
first
work?
famous person I've met.
I can still remember mine. Tom Savini.
Was he nice?
He was
when
very
you met
nice
him?
to me.
He's been mean to other people, I've heard.
No, he was very nice to me. He signed. It was at Spooky World when Spooky World first opened up down in Massachusetts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Many moons ago, and he was just walking around, and my friend Mike and I, we're big horror fans, so especially my friend, he's like, that's Tom Savini right there. So we just went over and said, hey, Tom Savini, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah, and he was signing everything and talking to us. It was
Oh,
cool.
that's awesome.
It was nice.
Yeah, I think the first big person I met was probably I think it was Bill Moseley, all the way back in like 2010-ish.
You know, it's so funny when you see him in person, because never do you see him as Chop Top
Yeah.
or from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yep.
You never see him
Otis.
with, Odie, yep, with the hair and everything. He's just like a
Yeah.
normal dude.
He's such a nice guy too.
Yeah.
He's always wearing like a horror movie T-shirt, or like I saw him wearing a Cannibal Corpse T-shirt once. I was like, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is Kane Hodder when you're stroking you.
That's awesome.
He
You-
he nailed me. I mean, when he was done, I mean, my jaw killed me. I mean, he just had me, and it was just. I'll repost a picture tonight.
Good.
It'll come across because we're friends on Facebook.
We are friends,
Yeah,
Facebook friends.
Until later on tonight when she unfriends me, but that's okay.
Yeah, but you get creepy. Don't get too creepy.
What am I creepy? I try not to be creepy.
Sometimes.
Really?
I work
try not to
in
be-
the horror industry. Nobody's really that creepy to me.
I have a nice basement in my house. No.
Really? Should I landscape it? Should be like, oh, can you dig a hole here in this basement?
No, you don't have to dig any holes. But,
Watch out, he's got a little white poodle too.
all right, enough about me. What you got?
I just want to really know more about, why you wanted to entertain people, and just is it fun, or is it just, I don't know, it's just more of,
Oh, how about this? Let's talk about how we met you,
yes.
or how we found you.
Yes.
Our lovely producer found your ad on Craigslist.
Yep.
Let's talk about that.
I'm on Craigslist as my evil clown character,
Yeah.
Lillaby the Clown. And I want to branch out to do parties and stuff. I don't even want to just do it as my clown. I kind of want to do it as like, maybe my little kid zombie, because zombies are really big right now because of The Walking Dead.
I never. What's that?
The Walking Dead is a great zombie show on AMC. Ever
Really?
heard of it?
Wow.
Oh, I guess I have to check out that cable stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The Walking Dead made zombies really big, which is awesome and bad at the same time. I'll get to that story in a second. But I want to go to like parties and stuff. Maybe not so much little kid parties, but adult parties, because a lot of people will do like if they're turning 21, they want like a certain promoter, or like maybe like a band is doing a show and they want a host for their event. Mm-hmm. And like a lot of the times, like the Coolidge Theater does horror movies at midnight on weekends.
Oh.
I think it's After Dark horror movies. I forgot what it's exactly called. But they do a bunch of horror movies. Like they've showed they showed House of a Thousand Corpses on 30 mil. And I was there. I was like, yeah, I love this movie. And they do stuff like that. But they always do like little shows beforehand. So I want to like, maybe possibly in the future, like go and do like a show for that. And just kind of like travel and hopefully get paid to like entertain guests and entertain people. And entertaining is just always kind of come in my nature. Like I always used to put on skits for my family at like Christmas time and kind of just dress up in costumes. Like I always like went to movies costumed, and like I'd get my picture taken left and right. Mm-hmm. Then I go to conventions. I'll be in costume for 19 hours straight, and I'll like take like half of it off, go to bed, wake up, and like be like, "Okay, let's do this again." So entertaining has just always been a really fun adventure for me, trying to see like what you can come up with next. So that's what I love about it, is like the creativeness behind it and all the people you meet.
Do you ever think of like, maybe that there's people out there that are really into horror and that whole thing, but don't really have an avenue to, have a character created for them?
Yep.
Maybe you could like,
I've
do
actually,
the makeup for
yeah,
them and stuff.
I do special effects makeup like for a living. Like I've done it on a couple movies. One called Almost Human, which is an alien film. I also worked on a movie called Self Storage, which is a film with Michael Berryman in it, who was in The Hills Have Eyes, the original.
He's the bald guy with the pointy head
Yep,
and the ears.
he's a
No
nice guy.
offense.
I've done like a couple stuff here and there, and then I'll do like makeup for zombie walks. People be like I usually have like a pre-game party at my house where like I do like 20 makeups in 2 hours for like zombie makeups, and I have like people that pay me a certain amount depending on what they want. And it's like fairly cheap. It's no more than like $20. And like I just have people come to my house and do all their makeup, and we all go to the walk together and all have a great time.
So you self-taught?
Yeah, I'm mainly self-taught. What happened was I got into makeup when I was 10, and I learned like all I could. And then when Nightmare New England came around, I was started off as an actor, and then I got taught makeup by some of the makeup artists there, like more makeup. And that was awesome. Then I was a makeup artist there. And then like mainly now I do some makeup there, but mostly it's acting. Because acting is really big and you really have to focus on a lot of things. And then after that, I met Rob Fitz, which is now one of my good friends, because I tried out for one of his movies. And he was like, oh, I live right down the street from you. I do makeup. I was like, oh, teach me how to life cast. So I got taught like how to life cast and stuff.
Yeah. So back to your Craigslist ad.
Yep.
His favorite
Let's
subject.
say somebody wanted to contact you for a party.
Yep.
How could they do that? Besides, is it only through Craigslist that they can reach you, or do you
No,
have...
you can email me at revengeamanda@yahoo.com. Just send me an email and tell me like what you're looking for.
Where would you like to see this take you? Let's do the interview question. Where can you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do I see myself in 5 years? That's a good question. I'd like to see this like me like entertaining people and like traveling maybe possibly around the world and like even like locally. Like if somebody has a party and they want me at it and they want me to like entertain their guests. Like I'm learning balloon animals right now. I have a balloon animal kit that I've started up, so as my clown I can do balloon animals. Like that would be really funny.
You gotta do like really strange balloon animals.
I could do like not so fun balloon animals, and then I can pop them after I give up. And I'm like, this isn't looking good. But I like to see it like so I can act even professionally on movies. Like do makeup effects. Like for Halloween, if like anyone wants like makeup effects for their party or like advice too, they can always give me a contact. Like I'm always like willing to help out. So if they want to learn it and not necessarily have me do it, I can also have them pay me to teach them some makeup effects so they can do it quick and easy on the day of, like if I'm not around, or they just kind of want to be like, hey, I want to learn this because I'm thinking about getting into this and I want to see how hard it is. So I'll be like, okay, well, this is what you do.
Well, Amanda, I want to thank you for coming on the show tonight. Can you give us your contact information one more time?
My contact information, you can find me on Facebook on Amanda Revenge with 2 E's, REEVENGE. Or you can email me at revengeamanda@yahoo.com, which is normal revenge, and then Amanda@yahoo.com. You can find me through those two. If you have any questions or just kind of like want to ask or hire me or
Just want to talk.
yeah, or if you just want to talk, just need a friend.
Just want to, yeah.
I'm there.